In this video, I'm going to be going over what a package manager is. I'm going to be trying to go over what a package manager is. So, what is a package manager? A package manager or package management system is a collection of software tools that automates the process of installing, upgrading, configuring, and removing computer programs for a computer's operating system in a consistent manner. So, what does that actually mean? Well, package managers are actually kind of important to Linux. So, a package manager, this is the way I put it. Come on, there we go. A package manager is a computer program that goes through all the necessary steps and automates the finding, downloading, unpackaging, uncompressing, installing, setup, and update of the programs that you install to your Linux distribution. It's important to kind of illustrate that. Is that a package manager automates like 7 different steps: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So it's actually a very useful program. Very useful program, and it saves you a lot of problems, and it saves you a lot of steps, and it saves you a lot of time, headache, and work. What does a package manager do? A package manager facilitates the communication between the source of your software and your computer. And it does all the heavy lifting to make sure your computer and the software works and plays nice. What specific jobs does a package manager do? It finds the software you want, it downloads the software you want, it unpacks the software you want, it installs the software you want, it sets up the software you want, it updates the software you want, and it helps developers and end users manage dependencies of the softwares. So if you're a developer, right? If you develop software, package managers help keep track of what libraries need to be present. We spoke about dependencies in the previous video. What libraries need to be present to build a software that developers are making, and it makes it easier to rely on other people to keep those dependencies up to date. For end user, the package manager helps keeps track of and install the necessary libraries and dependencies that a software not only that you need to make the software, but the software that you need to run the software. So the dependencies you need to actually make the software isn't always the dependencies that you need to actually run the software. So it gets complicated. There are 2 sets of dependencies for software: the dependencies that you need to build the software and that the developer uses, and the dependencies that you need to actually run the software. And the dependencies that you use to build the software is not always the same that you use to run the software. Package managers automatically install and manage the libraries and dependencies for both software. Another thing it does is help system administrators keep systems up to date. When you, the end user, have 100 to 200 individual software programs on your computer, it's very convenient to have a package manager that can automatically go through and update the software, as opposed to you having to go through into each and every individual one to update that software. So that's a very handy feature of package managers. It helps distributions manage licenses. So this is a developer concern, but it's an important reason developers like package managers is help keeps licenses up to date. So why would you use a package manager over other installation methods? Number one is security. Certain package managers have the advantage of security for 2 primary reasons. The first reason is that the package managers won't let a piece of software be published through the package manager without a certain amount of information being given to them. This is so if the software creator deliberately makes their software harmful, the package managers will have enough information to know the identity of the software developer themselves, and can either sue that software developer or give their information to law enforcement for a criminal complaint and prosecution. The second reason is that all the software goes through a package manager is scanned with antivirus libraries to make sure that it's safe. 2. Convenience. A package manager is convenient because it automates all the stuff you would otherwise have to do manually, saving you a lot of trouble and time. That's another very big reason why you want to use the package manager. 3. Compatibility. A package manager helps and creates compatibility by facilitating the software on your computer. It automatically makes sure that whatever you're downloading doesn't break your system to other programs on your computer, and make sure that the program can run nicely on your computer with other programs on your computer. So package managers make sure that whatever program you're downloading isn't going to break your computer, isn't going to crash your system, but it also makes sure that, say, if it runs fine right now, if you open up another program, then it's going to run okay with that program. You won't end up in a situation where you can run it singly by itself, but if you open up another program, it's going to crash the program. That's called compatibility. Sometimes people will have problems where they'll open up one program and everything will be fine. Then if they open up both programs, the system will crash. So that's been a problem in the past, and package managers make sure that doesn't happen. Interoperability. A package manager can run out of multiple different computers running multiple different operating systems. Take, for example, APT. APT stands for Advanced Package Tool. We'll be going over that in the future. It can run on many different computers and all different Debian-based operating systems, making it interoperable. So it can run on many different computers, on many different Debian-based operating systems, and makes it interoperable between one operating system and one computer and another. Updates. Package managers also make updating very easy and simple. Instead of going into a program and manually updating the program yourself, you can simply run a command in the terminal and it will update all the software on your computer available to it automatically, saving you the time and effort it would take to manually do it yourself. Efficiency and space, right? So this is a very, very big reason why people like, this is one of the biggest. This is the second biggest reason after security. A big reason, and some could argue the biggest and most important reason people like package managers so much and prefer to use them, is the efficiency in space. Package managers, like APT, has its own collection of libraries that you have downloaded alongside other software, meaning that if two programs need the same software libraries to run, they can use and share the same libraries through APT. This dramatically saves on space because instead of installing multiple copies of the same libraries and dependencies consuming space on your hard drive, the program can actually draw from and use only one copy of the library and dependencies that it draws from on APT. This dramatically saves on space. So what that means is that instead of using instead of two programs having the exact same copies of the same libraries, they can just dynamically reference. We went over dynamic libraries in a previous video. They can use dynamic libraries, so you'll have two programs running from the same library, and that dramatically saves on space. And a lot of people really, really, really like a package manager because of this feature. What happens if you don't have a package manager? Without a package manager, if you wanted to download, say, Flameshot, you would need to manually download the program from the source, uncompress it, install it, set up the program to the individual computer, and update it individually. And that would require a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of effort. But not only that, you would have to, if you downloaded another program, right, that had the same libraries as Flameshot, they would have their own libraries. They would have their own libraries built into that computer, and you would just be having duplicate libraries on your hard drive. It would take up space, and that would be no good. So, yeah, that's my little video about what package managers are. They're complex. I'm not going to lie, they're complex, but they are extremely important to Linux because they save you. It's extremely important to know what they are. It's extremely important to use them. It's extremely important to use them because they save you so much time and so much effort, and they really are fantastic ways to disseminate programs and get your programs. And yeah, and then that's my little video for today. If you guys like these videos, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and help the channel out. Appreciate you.